All right, Rahubet, we're back with part 2. Fatima, do you want to continue your thought?
Oh yes, it's yeah. The women have to get right. If we want the men to be right, we taught them, and we see that a lot of women is say when they are with their mate, their husband, and whatever, they're saying that find out that the man either doesn't want a woman like his mother or he wants a woman like his mother. So whatever she implanted in him is what he seeks in a woman. So we
Mm-hmm.
become an extended arm of their mother. If their mother didn't cook, they want a woman that cook. Or if their mother cleaned the house up on Sunday and that's the one. Or she didn't clean, and he thought that was wrong. Then, or he puts it in his daughters. You know what the ideas that his mother put in him. So it's first it's on us. It's not just on them. So we have to take charge of our babies. But then, the men that's older than you, they just need to soul search and look into themselves and see where the root came from. Pull to yourself to even heal. That's all I have to say,
Yeah,
sis.
because, to add on to your wisdom, like I said, 6,000 years is a long time. Our women still have to get into their right minds. So I don't think it's really like it's men's fault or women's fault or anyone's fault. We just have to, I think we just need to blame, the ego, which is an attribute of the devil, disagreeableness. And
Yeah.
that disagreeableness can latch onto people, but that doesn't mean that's them. Like an ego can latch onto someone or that ego can take over someone, but that doesn't mean that's the true them. Some people are disagreeable in nature, and that's an undeniable fact, but some people just take on attributes of the devil and they don't realize it. So, yeah, it's about, getting rid of the ego. What do you suggest, before, we finalize this show? What are some important steps we need to take to get rid of ego?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. I always go back to uh I kind of said it earlier. The best time is at your worst time sometimes. And so being angered by someone that is in opposite is something they said is in opposition to what you say or what you know or what you believe or whatever word someone else wants to use. Or think of a time when someone angers you and be honest how you felt about it. And then I would say, could you find the beauty in what they were saying? And if you cannot find the beauty in what they were saying and why you became angry, you understand why you became angry, then you know that you're dealing with ego. Period. I could see a beauty in the argument, and that's a fact.
And that's what
Mhm.
I really look up to about and really love about you is that you do see the beauty in everything. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's a great quality to have, and everyone should praise, the beauty in everything. And that's, again, overstanding, looking at both sides to every coin. Or not, it's not even just two sides, there's many sides, multiple sides, looking at all sides, all angles, all edges.
Mhm.
And I feel like also a lot of times people have that ego because maybe they don't feel appreciated, or maybe they feel like people don't understand them or overstand them. So it could go both ways too. So I think communication is really important with yourself. So like when you meditate, communicate with yourself. I think meditation really helps, and also communicate with those around you. Tell them how you feel. It's okay to, like you said, it's okay to face on those feelings. It's okay to have someone close to you that's you can share your thoughts to, I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling sad. I think it's important to have someone close to you that you can talk to about those things,
Mm-hmm.
and not just keep everything inside, because you can,
Inside.
yeah, you can try to deal with it head on yourself, and that helps to an extent, but you need that outside support. You need that collectiveness. You need that ashuk all around you, within you,
Right.
around you, physically, spiritually, on the mental level, spiritual level, physical level, all around. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's that healing energy. I think that's what people need. Like you said, ego is the
That's
disease.
why I said to do it yourself first. I agree with you.
Hmm.
I said do it with yourself first, and then you'll discover that you do have an ego. And
Hmm.
then you can get with people that sometimes see the ego will make you seek. See, it's so deep with ego. Ego will make you seek out people that agree with you. See, what you need to do after that is go to the person that you had that a disagreement with. Because the ego will make you, ego is a mass and it is a layer of it. So also that ego, it's always beautiful to seek out the divine and people and be with good people, but then you're going to get with the people that agree with you. You're working on your disagreeable side. So you need to go to the people that you disagree with.
Hmm.
That's
Definitely.
just me. Yeah, but I absolutely what you said. Absolutely.
Hmm. And yeah, it all goes hand in hand. And to add on to your wisdom, like you said, ego is a disease, a dis-ease. It's a disease to your soul. It's a disease to your true self. And that healing energy, that healing green light, is going to be a shoot. So as more people come into the knowledge, come into the truth, come into the wisdom, you're going to see that's it's divine love, or as simply, or ashuk, or simply calling it divine love, and embracing that divine love, and in everything you do, have that divine love with you. So when someone does come out with the ego, just give them that divine love. And maybe at the moment they may not realize it. They may think, how come this person's not submitting to me or reacting towards me, or whatever they may feel. But I think they'll reflect, upon the situation, be like, oh wow, she had, or he had, divine love for me. And that's very healing.
Yeah. Or, like you said, like you go to someone and you know that that person will be absolutely honest. And if you're wrong, they'll say you're wrong.
Hmm.
And they'll tell you where you're right. We need those kind of people
Hmm.
in our lives too.
Hmm. And that's a shoot too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this was like a really beautiful conversation. I think a lot of people needed to hear this. I hope people are tuning in. And anything else you would like to add, sister?
No, I want to add
About
how beautiful you are.
oh, thanks.
Yeah, you said
And
that,
you're
but you just kept talking. I wanted you didn't want to cut like how you say it. I don't want to cut your wisdom. I like when you say that, but the, I just think you're. Well, I know you're just a beautiful sister and someone
thanks.
that will give you insight without judgment. Like you give people insight without judging them. That's a wonderful quality. Like that is a shook. That's divine love. So it's rare too, because a lot of people will judge like, no. So you have that healing essence. So it ties into foods and, all of the things that you do is healing to me. So that's just beautiful.
Thanks, sis. Yeah, it's just to, wrap this up. I think it has a lot to do with experience. I didn't experience all walks of life. I haven't been in everyone's shoes, but I've been in many shoes, and I've walked a lot of different experiences, and I think that helps me to again understand where a person's coming from or where they're at. Not saying I'm higher or lower than them. I'm just I'm just am, you know, and I get to be I'm often the listening ear to the agreeable and disagreeable, the rich and the poor. How I would like to say, like me and Ani, we like to say we're like sages because a sage is likened upon the rich, and the sage is likened upon the poor. A sage is likened upon the agreeable. A sage is likened upon the disagreeable. It's where that, I guess, balance, and we're oftentimes a listening ear to people, and we like to give advice when they want it or when they're ready for it. But that's just how I like to be. I guess I like to just be.
Yeah, it's beautiful too. Yeah, this was a good conversation, and it always is though with us. It just flows.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really a great conversation. I don't think it was more like we weren't really interrupting each other. It's just we just talk together so well. We conversate so well. We just bounce off each other so well. I think that's just what it is, and that's really awesome. Not many people have that type of relationship or get to have those type of conversations. Even like, I don't want to keep this going too long, but you see like people at restaurants and like, people, even friends, they just are sitting on their phones or they're not even talking to each other. Or they can't even keep up a conversation. But it's a great thing that we can conversate like this. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah, people will be on their phones and devices and television and all of that. People, the art of conversation
Mhm.
on people rather type on Facebook.
Mhm.
Honestly, I have to stop myself and call people because I'll text because it's convenient because I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? So texting can be convenient to get your message out there, but you really need that to feel that spirit, to feel that energy from that person to keep it going. It shouldn't die anyway, but you just need that art of conversation, or just, hey, how you doing? I just wanted to say hi, hey girl, boo, bye, whatever. You need to do that a lot. We forget. We are the people that's our tradition, mouth to ear, always. Where we come from, and that is dead, pretty much. People would rather go
Exactly.
live, talk to people that way, rather than
Mhm.
call you and have.
But to add on to that, this sparked a great idea in me. Whoever's listening out there, to the audience, if you ever want to be part of our show, if you ever just want someone to talk to, you have a good idea to express, you want to contribute to our builds, feel free to contact us. Our email is in our description. We also have our Facebook. We're on Instagram, all that good stuff. Contact us. We'd love to have you on the show. And yeah, we're just about healing and just conversating, having good vibes. Something that people can look forward in the day. Break from the stress, work life or school life or whatever you may be doing. We want people to come to the temple of Ma'at Re, tune into the temple of Ma'at Re, and feel the healing energy, learn, build, grow, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Brothers
Any.
and sisters.
Exactly.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
but
any, oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
leave the ego at the door, take the shoes off with the ego, take because somebody
Mhm.
might say something that you may not agree with, but you just have to see the beauty in what they're saying, and you can apply it to your wisdom. I know this lady, she keep calling me now. I was nice to her. I went to the I told you guys I went. A lady, she invited me to Jehovah's Witness hall, and that's just not my way. Religion is not my way, and everybody telling you how to see it, and but I did see some beauty. I seen that they did their sermon. They ask questions. They read a part, then they ask questions. I thought that was nice instead of just somebody talking you to death. I thought that was nice. And she was going over the book of Genesis. She was talking to me about the book of Genesis, and I had feedback and stuff. But now she's trying to push it on me, like Jehovah will be displeased with me. And I said, so if I said, says, okay. So one of the first like pamphlets, they give you pamphlets. So one of the first pamphlets that she gave me, right, had other names for Jehovah. And then one of them
Mhm.
was Yahuwah. It was written in Arabic. And I was like, wow, look at this. You know what I'm saying? So I said, so you're telling me that if I don't say Jehovah, that my soul will be perished and I won't, I'm sinning or whatever. And she's like, well, they don't say it's a sin or some kind of, I don't, anyway. Yeah. I said, but this pamphlet says that it's another name is Yahuwah. And she said, but we have to say Jehovah. Why? Since you want to keep calling me and I'm talking, I said, that doesn't make sense to me. Now, I sat here and, not that I wanted you to agree with me, but I know you wanted me to agree with you so you could put me in another trap, you know?
Mhm.
And people use religion as it. So you telling me somebody that lives in Scandinavia and in their Scandinavian language that maybe doesn't have a J in their language, and they said Baklashka, and it meant Jehovah in English or whatever, they would be wrong. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I Yeah, it's ego.
That's what just came to my mind too. Like, what if they don't even speak English? What if they can't pronounce the J,
Right.
the J sound? What are you going to tell them, And if they in and I'm just going to go to their religion, like if they're this most high figure, most high God, how can you even encompass a name in what it is? If it's the creator of creators, the yielder of yielders, the maker of makers, all that, like why confine that in a name, and you have to name in that name?
Right. But when I see
Yeah.
Jehovah, I see Anu
Yeah.
or Allah or
Yeah.
Yahuwah or any the same thing. What you're describing is that same energy, but another name.
Yeah.
So that's where you got to see the love. And then you telling me that love, the sermon that they had was love is not fake. It's the absence of judgment and all that. But you using judgment to tell me that, huh? You see how ego plays?
Mhm. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another good example of that. And like you said, religion is another layer that can do that.
Right.
That's why it's so, like, for me, like, I do know there's a most high, and I don't have to be in a religion to know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be in a religion to pray, or I don't have to be in religion to chant. Like, you can do all those things outside of religion. I mean, that's another whole other bill in itself. I don't want to go too much into it today, but I just wanted to add that.
Yeah. Maybe that could be the next topic.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, because that's a part of that ego, and I just know. I mean, so you're mad because I won't call. See, the titles are ego too. That's why you don't need one. That's the absence of self. The self needs a title. I don't need a title. So if I don't
Mm-hmm.
say that I'm Jehovah's Witness, or if I don't say that I'm a Muslim or an Nuwapian, then you know, because if you look at all of it, you can see the real meaning of it. If you look at the essence of it, you can see it. You don't need those titles. You don't. People want them. That's it. You're feeding the ego. I am that I am. There's no ego in that. Not one
Mm-hmm.
ounce of it. But people turn it into it. Their energy behind the words that they say is what turned it into I am that I am. No. What are you being right now? Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we pretty much summed up ego. We gave you guys examples. Hopefully, you take this and you can apply it, whether to yourself or if you see someone else um, struggling or needing this. Make sure you share our broadcast, um, and yeah, follow us on Spreaker, like us on Facebook, things like that. Any other announcements you have, Fatima? Or
No. No, just just tune in. Share the
okay.
page. And as
Mhm.
see that said, um, you could come on, express your views. Maybe next time we'll have a call in number and people could call in. Maybe we could start that. They want to say something. Maybe we could on the part two. Because it seems like we're always doing a part two. Maybe the part two could be for call-ins. You
Okay,
know.
yeah, that's a great idea. We'll definitely start
Yeah,
that going.
yeah. So, if they want to, they have a topic they want to talk about, we're open to it. You know, let's discuss it. We can do something.
Sounds good.
And it's yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah.
always a pleasure. To know that.
Same here. Thanks, Fatima. And the audience, make sure you tune into our next show. All
Yeah. Well, I
right,
do.
everyone. Wadu.